good afternoon. You're watching ABC Midday News here on ABC News Ghana Television, and I am Peggy Nyakwambani. Welcome back from the Government Accountability Series coming up in the next hour. A coalition of unpaid teachers has threatened a demonstration against the Ghana Education Service over the non-payment of 11 months' salaries and the release of their staff identification cards. The minority has chastised the government for the deployment of troops and relief items to Jamaica for reconstruction efforts after Hurricane Melissa. Still to come, Attorney General and Minister for Justice has announced that the government has formally submitted a request to the United States authorities for the extradition of former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta and Ernest Darko Akore to face corruption-related charges. In business, the International Monetary Fund has approved the fifth review of Ghana's IMF-supported program, releasing an additional $380 million. On the international front, Russian President Vladimir Putin has warned that Russia will expand its military operations in Ukraine if Kyiv and its Western allies refuse to accept Moscow's conditions in peace talks. Stay with us, we have details of these and more coming up shortly. Watching ABC Midday News here on ABC News Ghana Television. We're streaming live on Facebook at ABC News GH_. Now to our stories. The national organizer of university graduate teachers, Zoranu Eugene Sechofia, says hundreds of teachers remain uncertain about their employment and unpaid salaries months after their recruitment by the Ghana Education Service. Sechofia explains that the teachers were recruited in November 2024 and began work in December, but new directives led to the revocation of new postings by February. Despite recent assurances and partial payments in December 2025, he says many teachers are still working without staff IDs and are owed up to 11 to 15 months in salary arrears.
We all received our appointments dated 8 November 2024 and not December 2024, rather. That is the correction I want to make.
Well noted.
And we've worked for over a year now. In the case of Ghana Education Service, you would have to start working for some months before you are issued staff IDs. And my group worked from that December 2024 because when you are recruited, it takes about a month before your process begins for you to start working. So in December, we started working, and then somewhere February, we were revoked by the new directives from the Ghana Education Service and Chief of Staff. We struggled with it to date, and then today, in September 30th, we did our last demonstration where Cabinet had no option than to issue a clearance for us to be paid our salaries. And as we speak, I have over 400 to 500 of my colleagues who have not received their staff IDs. In the case of some of my colleagues who have received only 1 month's salary, and then who have also received only November and December salary as we speak and have not been given the rest of our arrears. We have demanded to know what is.
Meanwhile, the national organizer of university graduate teachers, Zoranu Eugene Sechofia, has threatened a demonstration against the Ghana Education Service if authorities fail to address the non-payment of salaries for the past 11 months and the release of their staff identification cards.
The members can no longer hold their breath again. but we would want to hit the street if they do not come out as soon as possible to tell us something reasonable and tangible to cool our hearts down. We are owing rent. We've lived in our rooms for over a year and our landlords are chasing us out of the rooms. This 1 month salary paid us is a peanut. We are being paid just 3,000 Ghana cedis in a month. And that cannot be anywhere equitable to pay our rent, our debt that we are owing, our loans that we have borrowed to be able to earn our living for the past 1 year. If Ghana Education do not come out to tell us something immediately, we would have no option than to hit the streets. The last time we tried engaging them, they called the divisional police commander at the ministry to come and arrest us. We are saying that this time if they want to try something and they don't release our staff IDs, we will be willing to go into the police custody even if it means that they take our lives at the expense of our livelihood. Ghana Education Service must come and tell us something now because we've waited so long. My colleagues are ready at any time to hit the street if Ghana Education Service do not do the needful for us. We are demanding that before they go on to the 2nd of this December, they should come and tell us something as far as the release of our staff IDs publicly to us and members.
In other news, the Ghana National Fire Service has announced that beginning today, December 18, 2025, it will roll out a nationwide enforcement exercise to ensure that all vehicles in Ghana's roads are fitted with functional and readily accessible fire extinguishers. According to the Ghana National Fire Service, the operation will be led by its Fire Safely Compliance Task Force in collaboration with the National Road Safety Authority and the Motor Traffic and Transport Department of the Ghana Police Service. In a statement issued on Tuesday, December 16, 2025, the service explained that the exercise is intended to enforce regulations requiring every vehicle to carry at least one portable fire extinguisher, certified or embossed by the Ghana National Fire Service. During the exercise, officials will carry out spot checks on vehicles, issue Ghana National Fire Service certification tags for approved and effective extinguishers, and offer technical guidance on their proper use in accordance with the Ghana National Fire Service Act 1997, Act 537. The Ghana National Fire Service also indicated that it will work closely with transport unions and associations nationwide to raise awareness among drivers and vehicle owners about fire prevention and emergency preparedness. Emphasizing the urgency of fire response, the Ghana National Fire Service noted that quick access to a certified fire extinguisher can be crucial in preventing minor vehicle fires from escalating into fatal accidents. In more news, the High Court in Koforidua has dismissed an election petition filed by the National Democratic Congress parliamentary candidate for Suhum, Prince Ado, challenging the election of Frank Esiedu Beko, popularly known as Protozoa, as a member of parliament for the constituency. In its ruling, the court held that the petition failed to establish sufficient grounds to overturn the declaration made by the Electoral Commission. The judge ruled that the petitioner did not provide compelling evidence to prove alleged irregularities capable of affecting the outcome of the parliamentary election. According to the court, the claims raised by Prince Ado were either not substantiated or did not meet the legal threshold required under Ghana's electoral laws. The judge described the petition as lacking merit and consequently dismissed it in its entirety. Reacting to the ruling, lawyers for Frank Esiedu Beko welcomed the decision, saying it had affirmed the will of the people of Suhum as expressed at the polls. They noted that the judgment reinforces confidence in the electoral process and urged all parties to respect the outcome and work together for the development of the constituency. From that, Parliament has approved a concession agreement for the construction of the Accra-Kumasi Expressway, with the Ministry of Roads and Highways serving as the contracting authority and Accra-Kumasi Expressway Limited named as the concessionaire. The approval comes amid concerns over the deteriorating state of the existing Accra-Kumasi highway, which has been affected by potholes, uneven surfaces, and poor lighting. Addressing Parliament, Minister for Roads and Highways Gavin Abuja assured lawmakers that the project would proceed as planned, stressing that the proposed expressway is intended to serve as an alternative route rather than a replacement for the current highway.
The Accra-Kumasi project will be continued, and I took time to explain to colleagues. The new alignment is an alternative to the existing alignment. The ECOWAS and the AU protocols say that when you build an expressway, you are allowed to charge a certain level of toll to recover the cost. But you must have an alternative that if somebody wants to go to Kumasi in 6 hours, he will also have an alternative to go to Kumasi in 6 hours. Those who want to go in 2 hours should also have the alternative. This is all it is about, Mr. Speaker. And I agree with my colleague. There's no road in Ghana that is more important than the road between Accra and Kumasi. And indeed, we are doing something that we'll be proud of maybe in 5 years. As we speak, Mr. Speaker, I don't think Big Push is bigger than any road project on the continent of Africa. Yes, there's no road project as a single intervention on the continent of Africa bigger than Big Push. We're in excess of $5 billion already. Which project in Africa is bigger than this? If you add the Chairman for Bridge and what we are talking about, indeed, my colleague said, this will be the biggest project, road project ever in the history of our country. And we are committed that we will deliver this project. The fear that we will start and fail, Mr. Speaker, not long ago, people didn't even believe that Big Push was a reality. Mr. Speaker, today, as we speak, it's almost 8 o'clock. I can tell you that there are contractors on some sites working as we speak. They put on the light to work because they are committed to the fact that this country can work for the Ghanaian by Ghanaians. So we believe that this will work. Mr. Speaker, colleagues talk about a lot of things. The scope and everything is quite clear. Mr. Speaker, it's not just a road project. It's a growth pole. Mr. Speaker, this road project is being done through GIF.
Meanwhile, the minority in Parliament has cautioned the government against abandoning the old Accra-Kumasi highways started under the previous administration. Speaking on the floor of Parliament, MP for Ofuasi Ayerubi Kojo Opon Nkrumah said there has not been any feasibility study done yet for the Accra-Kumasi motorway project, and the government risks losing millions of cedis to the old project.
I want to share some risks that I think the government should pay particular attention to so that it doesn't become one of those projects that are left hanging. First, Mr. Speaker, is the fact that contrary to the impression in many people's minds that this is a project ready to go, actually even the feasibility for this project has not been done yet. It is the first obligation now being contracted under this concession agreement. You recall when the finance minister read the budget, the videos were being shown, circulated. In people's minds, in the minds of my constituents, for example, this is a project that is baked and good to go. But actually, the feasibility is now going to be done. And so my first caution to the government is to manage the risks pretty well in terms of the expectations you create in people's minds. Else, you may have challenges along the way. Number two, Mr. Speaker, if you look at paragraph 10.2 of the committee's report, the government claims that financing has been ring-fenced for this project. I want to read, Mr. Speaker. It says that the committee further observed that provision has been made in the 2026 budget for a total allocation of 30 billion cedis for the project. In addition, the allocation of 13 billion 800 million Ghana cedis approved under the Big Push program in the 2025 financial year, which has not been drawn down, has been ring-fenced to support this expressway. Mr. Speaker, if the financiers or the persons managing the finances are informing the minister that this 13 billion has been ring-fenced, I want to inform the minister it's not true. Minister, in the budget returns that they brought, you recall we had this debate on this floor and I showed you the numbers. They have already spent 10 billion cedis of that money. Appendix 2C. When you come to the line on the big push, by September, 10 billion has already been paid. So, Minister, if they are informing you that they have ring-fenced this 13 billion and it's available, please check, else they may disappoint you at the end. My final point, Mr. Speaker. This project is GOG funded through GIF, and I think it's a beautiful framework so that the money is made available to GIF subcontractor, and GIF can take the money back as a commercial project. But it is GOG.
Away from that, the minority in Parliament has called on the Foreign Affairs Minister, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, to appear before the House to brief lawmakers on the government's donation of relief items worth 10 million Ghana cedis to Jamaica and Cuba. The relief package intended to assist victims of a recent hurricane includes bags of rice, mattresses, gari mix, cocoa products, storage tanks, and other essential supplies, with part of the support also allocated to war-torn Sudan. Speaking on the floor of Parliament on Wednesday, December 17, Minority Leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin said the government must provide clear justification for the donations, especially as the National Disaster Management Organization struggles with insufficient relief items for Ghanaians.
Regarding all these items that are being shipped out of the country, Mr. Speaker, yesterday we read in the news that some relief items were being shipped, and the military high command had gone to inspect these items before shipment. I've checked with my colleague, the ranking on Defense and Interior, as to whether or not the committee on this the committee has been involved in any of these. He says no. Mr. Speaker, I think that the major policy decision like this must receive at least the blessings of Parliament. We are here as part of the ecosystem in the governance of the country. It cannot be that the members of Parliament would have to be reading this in the news. And when we have ministers who are first to come and signal us of this policy, that look, there is some disaster, the hurricane that struck Jamaica, and Ghana has a bilateral relationship with the good people of Jamaica. As part of that, we are committing $10 million, $5 million in relief items, and list the various items that are going to be delivered. Mr. Speaker, if the ministers decide not to take this house serious, then what other forum would they take serious? Regarding all these items that are being shipped.
Joining us on the line is Deputy Ranking Member on Foreign Affairs Committee in Parliament, Nana Asafo Aye. Good afternoon and welcome to ABC Midday News.
Good afternoon, thank you.
Right. Now, why is the minority having problems with the government deployment of some essential items to Jamaica and Cuba?
Well, first and foremost, let me thank you for the opportunity and greet your listeners. The minority don't have a problem with government donating, sending items or whatsoever to support any country that is in distress. No, we don't. If you carefully listen to our argument on the floor of Parliament yesterday, after the minority leader requested that the minister comes to brief the House, of which the minister did. If you listen to argument, the ranking member argued, Honorable Intim, who is also a ranking for security intelligence, also argued, and I also argued. Then the leader, strict on principle. Number one, our point was that how do you do such a very critical intervention without running Parliament along, without updating Parliament? The minister made reference to US, UK, and we're clear in our mind. We told him, for examples, Donald Trump will never take a decision with response to Congress or without response to Foreign Relations Committee in Congress. So we teach the minister that you can do better. He always does things with thoughts running by the committee. We hear them on radio, we hear them on TV. We have to call the minister to come to the house to come and respond to some of these things by question or by requesting him to come and brief the house. That is what we feel that no. There's an affront to the parliamentary rudiment. We have oversight of the government. So we were asking that the minister, the president, when they're taking some of these critical decisions, it's by government, by parliament. That's the representative of the people. It was principle number one. Principle number two, argument was that you cannot, just a few years ago, criticize government then another government for supporting Sierra Leone, for supporting other countries, with the point and the issues that they have not solved every problem in Ghana. You cannot. Then today, when you're in government, you ignore all the problems in Ghana and go and support other countries. It was principle. We did not decide, we're not against it, but we were questioning them on their principle. Look, when Sierra Leone, before landslide, half of the country was almost gone. Ghana, through the NADMU, led a delegation, led ECOWAS to go and support them. Some of them are ministers today. We're up in arms that we have not built schools, people are hungry in Ghana, we have not done this, we have not done that. Why do we then go to support Sierra Leone? Today, Jamaica has a problem. The 245.5 million that you promised to give the Apostle victim damage village people, you've not taken money there. Nurses are tired. I mean, teachers are tired. Other sectors and areas, they are constantly demonstrating. You've not done all that. Yet you have to mobilize. You were able to mobilize billions of cedis, of Ghana cedis, to go and support Jamaica. That was our principle. So something that you spoke against yesterday, today you are in government and you don't make fit to do same. That was our principle. So let it not be that the minority is against something that government will do or Ghana will do that will give us a certain diplomatic leverage or that will build a certain international cooperation for us. No, we are not. But we are questioning the same people. That you spoke against some of these actions back then by Kufuado. Why are you now doing the same? That is the principle. No, two, run parliament along with it. You have a lot of people, you have the numbers. So it's not like minority is doing this thing to sabotage government, but we're doing it for posterity. That was our position, and that was our principle. If you listen to all the three of us, our argument, you would get this.
All right. Now, you also raised concerns that instead of focusing more on internal challenges and addressing them, the government is going to give assistance to other countries. Should the government wait to solve all internal issues before lending a helping hand to its neighbors?
I don't know where you were when they were questioning or they were raising the same argument when we were supporting Sierra Leone. I don't know whether you were still a journalist, whether you posed this question and then it is in the system we can find. You should have asked them. We just mentioned that we were asking this question on principle, that we want to support our brothers in Sierra Leone. You question, you put the argument of supporting, extending solidarity, humanitarian, all these terminologies and nomenclatures. We were doing it. You were questioning it. Today you come to government. You now don't solve all the problems, but yet go outside to go and help outside foreign countries. That is the principle. So you should have taught them that, you see, some time ago, you had issue with government and another government supporting or giving help or donation to foreigners when there are problems like this. You ask them to solve all the problems back home in our country. So they should focus on solving the problems back home. Now you now solve all the problems that you are going. We have not changed our position. Like I told you, we are not against government, but we are asking government that where is your principle? This double standards. This when it fits me, it is nice, but when it fits somebody, it is a bad thing. That is the attitude of this government.
Honorable.
I think they spoke about when they were in opposition.
Right.
They are nowhere today. And if you look at the side of the house, we have always maintained our principle. As example, like the presidential jet they were going to buy, we supported them because we knew the reason or the need for the presidential jet. We supported them, but they did not. That's why after a year coming to office, now they initiate the process to go and buy. That is hypocrisy, and that is what we have a problem with.
But Honorable, when they were in opposition or when they were the minority, they were also asked the same questions. And now I'm asking you, but what I want to find out is that, should it be the case that when we were, when they were, so then we are also going to kind of like retaliate or indirectly do same to them?
Sometimes your questions comes across us. Anyway, let me leave you. You saw supporting the idea. We supported it. We did not fight against it like they did. That is the difference. So it's not like we were, they were, we were. You know, their question is moot. We have always supported them unanimously in the purchase of the presidential jet. We have supported them unanimously. We are just questioning the principle. So I wish you could be asking some of these people some of these questions. That just yesterday you had a problem with something like this. Today you are doing it. What changed? Or because now you are in government, that is why it changed. So that is why I'm telling you. You please follow our argument. We clear in our minds. We clear in our principle. We know the need, the benefit of Ghana supporting other countries when they are in distress. We know the advantages. We know the position it places us on the global stage or in the international space. We know. That was why we were doing it, or that is why we did it. Today they are doing it. We're supporting them, yes, but we are asking them that, oh, so you knew this was a good thing and you spoke against us. Or you knew this was a good thing, yet you fought against us. Or it wasn't just because of political gains. So we are not doing politics. We are asking for principles and integrity on international diplomacy positions. That's all we are talking about. So the questions should come right. The questions should be situated in the context for which we are making our agreement. That's it.
All right. Thank you for your time this afternoon, sir.
Grateful.
That was the Deputy Ranking Member on Foreign Affairs Committee in Parliament, Nana Asafo Ejei Aye. Now, in more news, the Attorney General and Minister for Justice has announced that the government has formally submitted a request to the United States authorities for the extradition of former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta and Ernest Darko Akori to face corruption-related charges brought by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Speaking on Thursday, December 18, during the Government Accountability Series, the Attorney General said the move followed the receipt of all required documentation and clarification from the OSP, adding that the two are expected to answer to a total of 78 alleged corruption and corruption-related offences. We'll be bringing you this bite shortly, so still stay tuned to ABC Midday News. Still on this, the Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Anyine, has disclosed that former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has hired top and experienced lawyers in the United States to defend him in his extradition proceedings. Dr. Anyine, however, stated that he is not intimidated and added that he cannot say when the former Finance Minister will return to the country.
American authorities won't just take my request and say, here you are, here is Ken Ofori-Atta, and then here is, his other accomplished, and you take them, and then they can face trial. It will have to go through court proceedings in the U.S. All right, and I just got to know, that he has hired some of the top. Yesterday, I got to know that he has hired some of the top lawyers in the United States of America, very experienced lawyers, to defend him. Now, I'm not afraid at all. All right, I am not afraid at all. But it means that there's going to be a fight in the federal courts in the U.S. If the district court says no, he will go to the circuit court. All right. If the circuit court says no, he's entitled to go to the U.S. Supreme Court to fight his case. So I cannot tell you that he will come tomorrow or he'll come the next day. Okay, and I'm just being honest. Accounting to the people means being explicit and truthful. So this is what we are faced with. But I have on behalf of the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, American authorities won't just take my request.
Still on this, the Economic and Organized Crime Office has traced and dismantled a sophisticated crypto fraud operation that targeted Ghanaians and foreign nationals, leading to the recovery of more than $15 million in digital assets, Attorney General Dominic Anyine has disclosed. Speaking at the Accountability Series on Thursday, December 18, the Attorney General revealed that crypto wallets linked to the fraudulent company were hosted on an offshore cryptocurrency exchange platform, OKX, based in the Seychelles.
The applicant, that is EOCO, until the assets were realized in fiat value and transferred into a bank account in the name of the applicant. EOCO then turned to Ghana's judiciary and obtained a High Court order on May 27, 2025 to the effect that OKX should transfer all crypto assets in its custody to Zodiac, and for Zodiac also to realize same into currency, fiat currency, and pay its dollar equivalent into the EOCO exhibit account. Additionally, the High Court ordered that upon the receipt of the funds, EOCO should cater to the victims of the crime. Through this approach, EOCO successfully used our local laws to freeze and recover virtual assets hidden in foreign jurisdictions. As a result, on November 19, 2025, Zodiac Custody successfully converted the said crypto assets of the criminal enterprise and paid same to EOCO's exhibit account in the amount of $15,191,730 United States of American dollars and 13 cents. As demonstrated above, the criminal enterprise targeted our citizens, defrauded them, and laundered the criminal proceeds into cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin, USDT, and Ethereum in an attempt to further hide.
This is still ABC Midday News. Up next is business news.
Rent back with the beer open. Come on, come see you. Wait, this guy. My friend, see before.
It's the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Win cash daily, weekly, and a grand prize of 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Just reload or buy a bundle with Telecel Cash to earn points and stand a chance to win big. Dial *500# or visit the Telecel Play app to obtain and start winning in the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
When is campaign? If you're a baby, many schedule no. If you know, meto etiaka. Inti ene, uno ba no mpe baby amobeda. Oh no abeka. You did too much money. No matter.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted granules. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available strawberry, coconut, and chocomore. This advert is FDA approved.
The Executive Board of the International Monetary Fund has approved the 5th review of Ghana's IMF-supported program on Wednesday, December 17, 2025. The approval reflects Ghana's strong performance under the Extended Credit Facility Program and acknowledges government's sustained efforts to restore macroeconomic stability, strengthen public finances, and support economic recovery. The completion of the fifth review will trigger the release of a seed tranche of $380 million. Welcoming the approval, the Minister for Finance, Dr. Kasiala Tuforsen, described the decision as another major milestone in Ghana's economic recovery journey. According to the Finance Minister, the IMF Executive Board's decision represents a clear vote of confidence in government's reform agenda and overall economic management. This is clear confirmation that Ghana is firmly resetting for growth, jobs, and economic transformation, Dr. Forson stressed. That's all for business news. Up next is sports with Eugene Oforisoti.
Introducing Betway's Bet Influencer, a groundbreaking feature where you can make money by just sharing codes. He just needs to share his codes and make money. The more his codes are used, the more money he makes. Oh yes, so what are you waiting for? Anyone can be a bet influencer. Share your codes and make money. Bet Influencer, another world first from Betway.
This advert has been approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Betway, get way more.
Gino Magic Pepper and Onion. A delicious tomato mix with tomato, pepper and onion. No grinding, no blending. Ya yenina da da da. So pa mediane no abe. Come on Gino, do your magic. And papa no kunu abefi.
Tasty magic.
And your daddy trying to kiss keke.
Gino Magic Pepper and Onion. The magic that brings them home.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hello there, good afternoon. Welcome to the sports segment. I am Eugene Oforisoti. Let's kick off from the AFCON, where Comoros are set to feature at the Africa Cup of Nations once again, marking their return to the continental showpiece after their historic debut at the 2021 tournament. The island nation missed out on the most recent AFCON in La Côte d'Ivoire, but will now make their second appearance when the competition is staged in Morocco. Head coach Stefano Cousin has expressed excitement at the opportunity to lead Comoros at the AFCON, describing the tournament as a special milestone in his coaching career as he prepares for his first ever appearance at Africa's biggest football competition.
It's special because when I took the team, it was a bad moment for the Comoros national team because they didn't qualify for the AFCON in Ivory Coast. So they contact me, they asked me to rebuilding the team, to bring some youth player and to start to work. So the challenge was first of all to rebuilding the team, and then we start to play. It was great because the federation are working hard, and even the players and the staff. We are a good group, so we qualify as a first in one very difficult group with Tunisia, Gambia, and Madagascar. And for us, it's something nice and special, so we want to enjoy.
While still on Comoros, Comoros have been handed a challenging task at the 2025 AFCON after being drawn in Group A alongside host Morocco, Mali, and former champions Zambia. Head coach Stefano Kuzas acknowledged the difficulty of the group, admitting that guiding his largely inexperienced squad against such seasoned opponents will be a demanding challenge. Despite this, the Comoros tactician remains focused on preparing his team to compete strongly in this highly competitive group.
First of all, we must know that all the team that they are in our group, they won the group stage. So it means we have the best of the best. Morocco is the best team in Africa, this is for sure, and one of the best in the world. They are playing at home, so it will be tough. Mali, they beat us twice in the World Cup qualification. I know them very well. It's a very, very strong team. And Zambia is always a strong team. Is a three team that Comoros never beat before. So my challenge is to make something better this time. But first of all, we must know that all the team that they are in our group, they won the.
Well, still in Group A, Mali's head coach Tom Sanfet has described Group A as the most difficult group in the tournament. Drawn alongside host Morocco, Zambia, and Comoros, Sanfet believes the Atlas Lions, widely tipped as favourites to win the competition, will advance from the group together with his country, Mali. He added that Zambia and Comoros are likely to compete for a possible best third place qualification spot.
Morocco has a fantastic squad, playing at home for their home crowd has always advantages, so they are the big favourite. Zambia is a good nation. I see that just today their coach has decided to leave Arvin Rand, so they will be looking for a new coach. So we don't know yet what to expect, which coach will come there and what kind of football they will play. Sure, 12, 13 years ago they won the cup, but it is a different team. And Comoros is a strong team also. They won their qualifiers ahead of Tunisia, Gambia and Madagascar. So they qualified as group winner. And we played against them in the qualifiers for the World Cup together with Ghana. So I think there are 4 teams who all 4 can go to the second round. But my guess is that Mali and Morocco will be number 1 and 2 or number 2 and 1, depending of the results. And that Zambia and Comoros will battle.
Well, away from Group A, let's head to Group B, where South Africa will head into the AFCON, drawn in Group B alongside Egypt, Angola and Zimbabwe. After settling for a bronze medal at the last AFCON, the Bafana of South Africa will be aiming for an improved showing this time around. Head coach Hugo Broos has made it clear that his ambition is to guide South Africa to continental glory, targeting a first AFCON title for the nation since their historic triumph in 1996.
I think everybody is very excited when you can go to AFCON and you still know that next year you can go to the World Cup. Then it's a fantastic period for the national team, for South Africa. So we are very excited too.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And it is going to be quite a long travel because you will be going via Dubai and, of course, eventually getting to Marrakesh.
Yeah, that's a problem in Africa. The travel in Africa is so difficult, and we look for the best solution. And the best solution is not good either, because first we have to go to Dubai, from Dubai to Casablanca, from Casablanca to Marrakesh. But yeah, that is what it is, and you can't complain too much because that costs too much energy. So let's do it, and we will see tomorrow when we arrive in Marrakesh.
And in terms of the 3 players, are they still on track to arrive? Lyle, Chandre, Pepe?
Yeah, tomorrow there is Lyle, there is Chandre and Sitole, who are coming directly from their club or from the country where they play.
Well, that's all the sports for now. I am Eugene Ofori Suti. For more sports news, head to abcnewsj.com/sports. International news is up next.
Mommy, who is going to do my day jollof?
Oh, Kwame. You know our secret, right?
Yeah. Efia.
Yes, me. I've got it.
Now,
Chino Jollof Mix. The perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time. And there you have it, your original Ghana Jollof.
Jollof Soko.
Jollof Soko. Tasty nye.
What is going on here?
Enjoy Jollof the Ghana way. Gino Jollof is made with the perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time.
This advert is FDA approved.
On the international front, Russian President Vladimir Putin has warned that Russia will expand its military operations in Ukraine if Kyiv and its Western allies refuse to accept Moscow's conditions in peace talks. While saying Russia prefers a diplomatic solution, he insisted it would use military force if negotiations fail. Putin claimed Russian forces hold strategic advantage and signaled plans to widen a security buffer zone near Russia's borders, while also highlighting the modernization of Russia's nuclear arsenal. He expressed willingness to talk with the United States, but was skeptical about negotiations with Europe's current leaders. The remarks come as the U.S. pushes a draft peace plan, which Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says could be finalized soon. Putin continues to demand international recognition of occupied Ukrainian territories and Crimea, Ukraine's withdrawal from adjacent regions, and the abandonment of NATO membership plans. Zelensky also rejected territorial concessions, but said he could drop NATO ambitions in exchange for strong Western security guarantees. That's all for international news. Up next is entertainment news.
Wild. New releases dropping, artists blowing up, moments going crazy on the timeline. Don't worry, we've got you.
We pull the highlights, the date, the event, everything you need to know, and then the real fun starts.
The official top 10 songs running the streets, the airwaves, and your playlists.
If the culture is talking about it, we are counting it down.
This is the rundown.
Rent back with the beer open. Come on, come and see what? Where this guy? My friend, see before.
It's the Telestar Too Much Money promo. Win cash daily, weekly, and a grand prize of 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Just reload or buy a bundle with Telestar Cash to earn points and stand a chance to win big. Dial *500# or visit the Telestar Play app to opt-in and start winning in the Telestar Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
When is campaign? If you're a baby, many scared no. If you know, meto chiaka. Inti ene, uno ba no mpe baby amobeda. Oh no abeka. You did too much money. No matter.
Telecel, connecting energies. In
entertainment, the Academy Awards are set for a major change with the ceremony leaving ABC and moving exclusively to YouTube from 2029. The Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences has reached a multi-year agreement giving YouTube global streaming rights to the Oscars through 2033. Under the deal, the award show will be streamed live and free, ending more than 5 decades of broadcasts on ABC. The decision comes at a time when Hollywood is adjusting to sweeping industry changes, including studio shakeups, production cuts, and a steady drop in traditional TV audiences. Although overall viewership for the Oscars has declined over the years, the 2025 ceremony saw a slight boost, largely driven by younger viewers watching on phones and computers. That's all for entertainment, and that is all for Midday News here on ABC News Ghana Television. We stream live on Facebook at ABC News GH _ for more news. Log on to our website at www.abcnewsgh.com. I am Peggy Nyakwambano. Enjoy the rest of your day.